Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Johnny Alchemy from JohnnyAlchemyTarot.com. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to look into messages from the universe. What type of messages, affirmations, or blessings does the universe have in store for us right now to help us navigate through the month of January? These are going to be general readings, so some of the messages will resonate with you, some of them will not. Take the ones that resonate as your insight and guidance. Anything else that doesn't resonate is probably meant for someone else watching this video. And also on a side note, my personal style of tarot card reading is based on mindfulness, raising awareness, personal development, and above all else, transformation from healing and wisdom. So I hope that sounds great to you guys. Thank you so much for your openness and understanding. So let's move on to the stacks and see which one resonates with you. Okay guys, here are the 4 stacks for you to choose from. On the far left, that is pile 1, and working our way to the right, we have pile 2, pile 3, and on the far right, pile 4. I would suggest now, if you'd like, to pause the video, take a few deep breaths, find your center, connect with your intuitive mind, and then choose a stack that resonates with you the most. When you're ready, go to the description box down below and click on the corresponding timestamp of the pile that you chose, and I will see you for your reading. See you soon, guys. Okay, those of you who chose pile 1, this reading is for you. Let's see what messages, affirmations, or blessings the universe may have for you for the month of January. Let's see. Okay. 10 of Pentacles twice, lots of Pentacles actually. Maybe something with business, money, or health. Let's see what else there is. Okay. So let's start off with Major Arcana here. Let's start off with the Justice card right here, Justice. So one of the blessings, affirmations, or messages the universe may have for you right now has to do with this Justice card. Justice is all about what you put out there, consequences for your actions. Also a certain balance, you know, she has the scales in her hand. So there's a certain give and take. There's always an exchange. Everything always ends up equaling out in some type of way. So whatever actions you put out there right now, you could now start to see possibly some returns coming back this month. You could start seeing the rewards from all your effort and all your energy, and whatever changes or manifestations you may have tried to put out there to for your life to try and change your reality, if you will. So here that Justice card is a big sign from the universe saying that you're being acknowledged right now. All the work and stuff that you've done, if you feel like it has gotten you nowhere, just wait and see, because that is going to start coming your way. Everything you put out there is coming your way. So that's that idea of karma. Whatever you put out comes back to you times 3. You know, so there's always that give and take. Whatever energy you put out, it comes back. So there's always something. There's always that exchange. It's not always one-sided. And it sometimes takes time to see those rewards come back. So if you have been really changing or trying to manifest something in your life, expect to see something coming back to you this month. I say that because as a clarifying card, we also got the 6 of Cups here. 6 of Cups. So there could be something from the past that could have been possibly a motivator from this. It could have been a certain relationship of some kind to do a certain change or to manifest a certain change in your life. Also, it could be just something emotionally driven. Possibly even just happy memories, even something very positive, being in the upright position especially. Possibly seeing, you know, maybe something in the past that could have been very a good influence or a good positive reinforcement for you, where you understood, okay, I was very happy during that time of my life in the past. How was that like? What was I like? What did I do? What was I into? What did I how did I operate my life? You may have tried to emulate that in a certain sense, tried to recreate that in terms of who you are now and how to make those ways that made you happy in the past and try and apply that to your current moment now now that things have changed. So there's something here telling me there's an emotional motivator behind all of this. And it's very positive, honestly. I mean, especially in the upright, it could be a good relationship. It could be a very happy relationship. Also seeing that little boy and little girl having that little exchange of the cup of flowers in there. So there's something here where you will start seeing the, from really looking from your past and trying to change your present moment and trying to take all the good and positive things from there and bringing it with you to your present moment. You can start seeing some changes with that. I can see here, next card, we got the Page of Wands reversed. So another message or blessing. There's something here telling me that with the Page of Wands, possibly you withheld some type of action or decision of some kind. Maybe you chose not to do something, or maybe to change your habits, or to not choose a certain path of some kind. There's something here telling me, because as I said, the Ten of Pentacles comes up twice here, and there's actually a few Pentacles in the remaining reading. But as a clarifier, the Ten of Pentacles reverse is underneath this Page of Wands. So this is telling me maybe you stopped doing certain habits or certain actions where you were starting to lose money in a certain sense. It could be money financially, obviously being a Pentacles and Earth energy, but it also could be possibly overextending yourself at work, maybe being too hyper-focused at work and really spending a lot of time and energy on your job and losing sight of a bigger picture of your life, possibly your family, your relationships too. Everyone, there's so many generations here and a big family shown in this picture as well. So that's something where you could have lost that relationship and focused too much on your health and trying to work, possibly on a business, possibly on a side gig of some kind to really start trying to get money. Also, even something with health, Pentacles not always has to be on that, monetary physical level. It could just be your physical well-being and health also. So you may have realized, that there were certain habits or actions you were taking that weren't in alignment in terms of your overall well-being, or trying to take care of yourself, or trying to make sure self-care was a thing. So there's something here with this Page of Wands saying that you withheld or changed, or trying to change the direction of this type of habit. And as I said with the Justice card, if that's something that was in your mind that you wanted to change overall, you can start seeing the benefits from it. I mean, that could be anything from having more money in your savings or your checking account, having more free time, and just learning to de-stress and let go of work and just let work be at work, so that when you leave it, or when you leave your computer doing your business or whatever it is, that you just leave it there, and that you have the rest of your life to look forward to and take care of, including yourself. Even your personal health too, and your well-being, whatever that may be. So it could be just exercising more, it could be changing your diet, your habits, your eating habits, whatever it may be. And you could maybe start to lose some weight, or see that you look a little happier, a little bit lighter, maybe a lot less stress on your face or anything like that. I know how that feels a lot, so so whatever it may be, so there's something here where there's a change of direction, a change of your investment of energy, if you will, toward your overall goals of wellness, finances, or job. And so even another blessing, again, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So again, this is telling me that this is, with a 10 also, that this is possibly an end of either a big cycle of some kind. So a big cycle or a big behavior pattern, maybe with your money, in terms of a lot of spending, unnecessary spending, maybe excessive spending, if you will. Or it started to affect you in a certain sense. So another message from the universe or affirmation is saying that, if you had been trying to change your habits, or your work habits, financial habits, or personal physical habits for your health, now is the time where you'll start seeing all of these things come to fruition. You'll start seeing, that instead of losing money, you'll start having more money. You'll start having more abundance, more health, more wealth, whatever it is. More time for yourself, more self-care as well. And I say that because we have the clarifying card of the 8 of Pentacles underneath here. So it's like all these pentacles are falling down. This was right on top of this 8 of Pentacles. But it starts from here. This is the root of it. This is the clarifying card. This is saying that it's almost like a dismantling or deconstruction process of everything that that has built up to this level, where you felt like you were losing money, or that you were, in a certain extreme of some kind. So this is like a dismantling process, he's taking down all of these different pentacles that held, that was like the pillar that held all that up, that certain behavior or cyclical pattern. And so now you're deconstructing those so that you can put in a new pillar that is in more alignment and that is more balanced for your overall life, where it's not just so focused on all of this earth energy, since there's so many pentacles here, there's even more coming up, but there's a lot of excess of earth energy here. So there's a dismantling process in terms of your behaviors or your habits, in terms of, again, your work, finances, or health, that will allow a new set of patterns and beliefs and behaviors to take its place. So let's move on. Let's see. We got another blessing and affirmation. We got the Knight of Swords reversed right here. Knight of Swords. So there's something here in terms of there's going to be a new clarity coming in here from all of this. From this dismantling process, you are going to kind of empty out that energy of what the old habits and what the old ways of being brought to you and attracted in your life, and there's going to be a certain emptiness there. So now it's saying that it will give you a new clarity on what direction to be heading and what direction you want to start moving towards your life in terms of your goals, and especially on the physical level, especially something monetarily, again, or with your job or with your health. Right now is also saying that now is not the time for any real action when it comes to this. There's still this dismantling process and a certain adjustment period, or being able to adapt to this situation. As these new things are coming in, again, going back to that Justice card, all these new things will start coming in, and you'll start seeing all of these new things taking place. So now is not the time to really make any big changes, or to start reacting to any crazy stimuli that could be happening from these changes. Again, this Knight of Swords is the quickest to react to anything. It's an air sign. It's an air element. So it's really quick just to be very transient and start moving and acting at any direction, at any stimuli out there. So this is kind of asking you will find a certain stillness in yourself from this new behavior or new cycle coming into fruition. And you'll come to a new understanding, which is ultimately this King of Pentacles, another pentacle yet again, reversed. So it's saying that, with the kings, it's all about power and control, of something. In this case, it's money, it's your health, it's your job, whatever. But as a clarifying card, it's saying that these things no longer have control over you. You are no longer trying to hold on so tightly to it either. You're not trying to lose control over your finances or your energy you put into work, or how you may lose track of your personal health, like eating or just keeping up with general exercise and maintenance, whatever it may be. So in terms of this new clarity that you'll find a new sense of understanding, a new sense of power, and feeling empowered in your more tangible aspects, in terms of more control over, again, your money, finances, or health. So during this dismantling process, a new idea will come into fruition. Again, the swords being ideas, your mental space. So this new sort of truth will be the thing that will guide you to this new abundance and understanding, and new sense of actual power versus loss of power or loss of control. You will be in more control and more stability of everything that you have. So there's something here that you will learn from this dismantling process. Again, not to really go out and start reacting to any crazy stimuli, because as with any change in life, you can go through a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, a lot of restlessness, and a lot of uncertainty. But it's good just to be still and just to be present in this moment. Because ultimately, again, looking at all these pentacles and then looking back at this Justice card and the Six of Cups, this could be something emotionally driven. Maybe your finances or your health or your job could have affected you emotionally in the past. And so maybe you even had this possibly even offset any type of extremes that you felt on that end, where you just remembered the good old days. Remembered how carefree and happy you were, maybe a little bit more carefree and happy, maybe in childhood or something in the past, maybe a long-term past, in terms of, how light it felt. Maybe you weren't so stressed out. Maybe you didn't have as many financial troubles or health issues, whatever it may be. And so you may be trying to remember who you used to be and how happy you were. And now is the time where, again, it ultimately comes down to that major arcana, the Justice card, that all these changes that, if this resonates with you and you have been trying to make in your life, that all these things are going to start coming into play. You taking advantage and opportunity of this awareness to change your habits is going to start adding more real abundance in your life and all this physical, tangible aspects, as well as a new perspective and clarity toward real control over your finances, money, your job, whatever it may be. So, I mean, this is really good. I think this is a beautiful message to have from the universe, saying that everything that you've done to try and change yourself, to manifest a new reality, it's coming in this month of January. So it's something very much to look forward to. I think this is very beautiful. So let's look over to the final card, a word of wisdom. Love it. Miracle. Wow. Miracle. Look at that. I mean, I think that, when we have awareness of something that when we understand when something doesn't make us happy, or is not in alignment with our goals, or it doesn't serve us anymore, and we become aware of that, and even more so, we choose to use that awareness to empower our choices, to understand that we need to change that course of action, if you will. That's a miracle, because you are forging your destiny. You are forging your truth. You're creating a new truth, actually. And I will say, out of all things, truth, Ace of Swords, reversed. Creating a new truth. Because as a clarifier, this is saying that there was an old truth in the past. Again, swords being your mental space, and swords being a truth of some kind in your mind that you use to fend off and to fight forward, whatever it may be. But there was a mistruth. It could be, again, in your spending habits, or whatever habits you had in terms of patterns on that physical level that didn't serve you anymore. So you had to learn to let that go. You had to realize that it didn't give you clarity, it didn't give you power, it didn't give you success or achievement or victory. It kind of maybe just held you back and made you felt a little foggy, maybe a little hazy, maybe even a little disempowered from it, maybe a little bit that you were not in control of your destiny, of this new path right here. So this is telling me that this old truth is now going to be something of the past, and it's going to turn in this upright to a new truth for you. Something where this truth, this real truth, is the thing that will guide you on the real path that you have. Again, this Knight of Swords, whatever path that is, whatever mission that is, toward this financial security of some kind, or physical security of some kind, or even just more self-care and balance. So again, this is a miracle just to use awareness, which is something that is so abstract and not tangible, but it's the most powerful thing because it can change your reality. Once you understand the awareness and you understand that with this awareness, I can now make change and change my future. So overall, beautiful reading. I think miracle, I think is a beautiful card to have, especially as the overall energy of this reading. A lot of changes coming your way. A lot of abundance coming your way, as well as a new perspective and truth that will guide you to real control and stability in those physical aspects of your life. So, pile one people, I hope this reading resonated with you. I see a lot of great things. I hope it really does happen for you this month. I see some great things happening. So keep with it. Understand all your actions are going to be acknowledged, and you'll be seeing some returns from them real soon. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure to throw me a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click that notification bell to stay in touch for future videos, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Okay, those who chose pile 2, this reading is for you. Let's see what messages, affirmations, or blessings that the universe may have for you for the month of January. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's crazy when two of the same card pop up, because I use two different decks, but both Rider-Waite, and it's just really funny when that happens. It's just very synchronistic. I love it. Same thing happened with those, I think, in pile 1. Okay, so let's start off with the card. 5 of Wands reversed. So in terms of a blessing or message or affirmation that's coming your way, there's a certain controversy, drama, anything like that you may have with a certain person or multiple people, actually. Whatever that may be, whether that be with them or something internal as well, any type of conflict of any kind is going to be released from you. You're going to realize that you don't have to be in this drama. You don't have to fight this battle anymore. You don't have to respond to those types of interactions or people who want to just continually live in that drama or live in that conflict or argumentative type of state. People who are too fiery, if you will. With the wands, I mean, that talks about that fire, that elemental energy of fire. That means willpower, action, masculine. It's something that can be very destructive too. So I say that because you're going to kind of give up control and power over the situation. You're just going to walk away from it, and you're just going to relinquish control over it, because I see the King of Wands here reversed. So here, kings, talking about power, talking about control. Anyone who gives you that type of energy that's just so toxic and so draining at the same time, you're just going to learn to walk away from that. And also, if it's something internal, any type of inner conflict that you might be experiencing, it could be you're learning just to surrender that control, surrender that power, because you understand that focusing so much energy or time or whatever it is on that problem or on this conflict may not have gotten you anywhere. So what's the point in trying to put any more into it? Maybe sometimes it's just best to relinquish control and just surrender to the universe. So there's something here that says this type of conflict, and this is the card that came up twice, the Five of Wands right here. Any type of conflict or controversy or drama in your life that may be persistent or just continually happening, or whatever battles you maybe have to facing constantly, is going to start relinquishing and starting to slowly go away. You're going to learn to walk away from that and to not let that control you or take away your power in any sense. You're going to use your power of choice to say, this is not for me anymore. This is not something that is giving me happiness or joy. So I'm using my own power to remove myself from the situation. And I say that because, maybe this realization is a certain karma that you've learned about yourself. I say that because we got the Wheel of Fortune right here. And this is right above that Five of Wands. So as a clarifying card right here. So here it's telling me, this is so indicative of exactly what the Wheel of Fortune is. The Wheel of Fortune is that wheel of life. It's the fact that, sometimes life brings us on the top of that wheel, and sometimes it brings us down. We are constantly going through that oscillating phase of highs and lows in life. So just as you've experienced any type of conflict or whatever it is, actually on this one, as this clarifying card in the upright, whatever you had to go through in the past of all this conflict, now in the reverse is being let go. Is being no longer something that will be in your life. This is the ups and downs of this conflict, of letting it be part of your life and having some certain control over you, but then also learning to let go of it and to eventually find peace. So that's, especially seeing this card twice, that Five of Wands, this is telling me, that this is going to just be another cycle of life. You've probably learned in a certain sense internally that you just have to let it go. You just have to move on. You have to stop letting it take away your power and draining you. And you have to reclaim your own power in order to walk away from it and to not let it affect you. Not to live in the drama as those other people may want to in their life. That's their thing. Good, let them be that way. Or if it's something internal, you just realize you don't want to live someone who is constantly in conflict or who is constantly fighting an internal battle. So you just have to let go and let the universe do its thing, to let whatever happens. And so as a new blessing from all of this, letting go of that conflict, you will gain a new emotional stability and power from it. You go from the King of Wands right here to the King of Cups. So again, there's a certain polar opposites working here. We have fire and we have water. You go from this idea of action and fire and masculine to something that is more receptive and feminine and nurturing and emotional. So by exercising this power of fire, this power of cups of water, of your emotions, to become emotionally mature, to say, you know what, I'm not going to invest my emotions on drama or complicated things anymore. I'm going to invest my emotions by releasing myself from this situation. I'm just going to be with myself and to separate myself from that, from anything that drains me or takes away my energy or power. And I say that balance here, I love this because we got the Temperance card. Temperance right here. Temperance is all about balance, and it's balancing extremes, as I said, fire and water. So there's something here in terms of your willpower and your drive and your masculine energy, balancing out with this mature water energy, saying that, I need to refocus on myself and to take care of my emotional self, because everything else around me is drama and not giving me any type of abundance in life. So there's a certain balance. You're mixing off these two extremes of emotions and fiery passions, and possibly any type of anger or complications or restlessness. and you're balancing out with water. You're almost like dousing that flame a little bit, dousing that any type of buildup of that type of fire energy. And so ultimately, I love this, and I see this with the cups here. This Temperance card is mixing two cups together, two different things to form one new cup. And you find that new cup here in this King of Cups right here. He holds one single chalice. So that new cup of balance, if you will, is something that you can find from releasing yourself and letting go and walking away from those dramatic, toxic type of people or situations. Understanding that, I think you've come to a certain understanding with this Wheel of Fortune too, that this is just the flow of life. Things come and go. I'm ready to let it go. So when it's ready for it to leave, I'm willing to let that happen. I'm willing for them just to go and let all these feelings or emotions or whatever it is just go, so that I can feel more stable within myself. And again, that Wheel of Fortune is saying it's coming. Your downwards, your new twist of fate, going from down to up. So here, this new cup of balance and this new balanced sense of view, this more mature emotional maturity from this King of Cups right here is going to be something that you will embody and experience by exercising your power of choice to let go and not to force outcomes or to answer to all this type of stimuli or drama that is out there. I love it because I just want to say one more thing with this King of Cups. He sits on this throne that's situated in the middle of this rocky kind of sea, but his throne is so stable. He's not affected by it. He can be in his emotions, but not be affected by them. So that's the emotional maturity that I'm talking about. That's something that you will learn from overcoming and wading through and letting go and releasing this drama. Moving on, again, as I said, we have all these kings, and as I said with this King of Wands, it's about releasing control. The Emperor, he is the archetype of the king. He is the king of all the kings, So it is that masculine energy of control and power and whatever it is, that strict type of energy that gives rules and structure to everything. So in that reverse, letting go of that power and letting go of any control over the situation and just saying, universe, take over because I'm done. I tried everything else. I've done my best. I've done my part in all of this. And now I'm ready for something new. I don't know what that is yet, but, show me. And again, with that Wheel of Fortune, it's coming. It's saying that your time is going to start changing, and you go from the Five of Wands here to the Six of Wands, which I love, reversed. You're starting to realize by releasing this control and releasing this type of power that you may have, or that these situations may have or influence you. You realize that you don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to let anyone validate you or your feelings or your viewpoints or who you are or what you're doing, whatever it is. You don't need people's validation. You don't care about that anymore. You realize that what people say or what type of drama they try and create in their life is their own. You don't have to be sucked into their vortex of drama and to be drained by the end of it. So that Six of Wands shows a certain personal victory from within, the fact that you're able to walk away from this battle and to take care of yourself ultimately. And realize that you don't need these types of situations in order to validate yourself and who you are. So I love this because there's a certain big transformation here from, let's say, this King of Wands, someone who may want to force a situation or may be ready to battle or be ready to argue. And you're becoming more receptive and mature and just saying, okay, I'm done battling. There's no point in this arguments anymore. And now the universe recognizes that and says, okay, they've learned their lesson. Now it's time to push that wheel forward and for them to experience a new sense of balance with that Temperance and also that King of Cups. And also to realize a big lesson here that by relinquishing your control and letting things be and surrendering sometimes, that is a choice. You are exercising your choice by doing that. And you are learning big lessons like that Six of Wands, that you don't have to be validated by anyone. You validate your own actions. You are the one who is in control of your life and your power. So you don't have to let anyone else tell you that. And nothing else can take away your power unless you let it. So I love that. So I think it's a great reading. Let's move on to the last two cards. Let's see what this word of wisdom is. Let's see. Oh, waiting. I love this. Waiting. And the Three of Swords reversed. Three of Swords. We actually didn't get a sword here at all, and this is it. So this is saying here, I love this because this Wheel of Fortune is saying, you know, things are coming, you just have to wait for them. The change is coming. You've put in the work, you've gotten the realizations, you've learned the balance, you've learned that to surrender sometimes to situations that don't resonate with you anymore. And now it's just a waiting game. You've done the work. Now it's time just to wait and be receptive to it. Again, receptive, that King of Cups. Become receptive to whatever is coming your way. Be aware of it. Because there's something here telling me with this Three of Swords in the reversed, that all these types of drama or complications or whatever it may be, it caused you a lot of pain. It caused you a lot of heartache. It caused you a lot of just unnecessary troubles in your life. But with this reversed, it's saying that all these types of pain and experiences, they're slowly going to start releasing from your heart center, releasing its grasp on your emotions or your heart, so that it can finally heal and can finally be one and whole once more. So there's something here with this that's saying that you just have to be patient. You have to wait. You have to, if this does resonate with you and you haven't done some of these things, be aware of it. Understand where your power lies, if your situations control you or if you control your situations. And depending on what the answer is, you may have to just relinquish control and understand that the universe has got you covered from here on out. You know, just focus on yourself, focus on balancing your energies, focus on validating yourself, because these types of situations don't validate you. And that if you can just keep this in your awareness and understand that this is a change that you are willing to accept and to relinquish control over, that the universe will answer in your favor, honestly, with that Wheel of Fortune, hopefully in this month. So again, it's just a waiting game. If this does resonate with you, I think just wait it out. I mean, there's nothing else you need to prove. If you feel comfortable enough already, I think with this King of Cups here, you may find already a new stability and emotional strength from all of this. So now it's just time to embody that, embrace it, and live it until the real changes start happening and you start seeing them for yourself. So I think this is a great reading. There's a lot of transformation here that I can see from that, again, from those extremes of fire to water, and also a lot of balance in those aspects. Letting go of a lot of toxicity and drama in your life, and learning a lot of self-assuredness and self-stability with that Six of Wands reversed. Also letting go of a lot of pain. But again, it's going to be a waiting game. So just wait it out. Understand the universe has your back. Sometimes the universe has its own timeline that is not in alignment with ours, but it does answer and it is working during this process. So, Pile 2 people, I hope this reading did resonate with you. If it did, shoot me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to click that notification bell to stay in touch for future readings. And thank you again so much for allowing me to read your cards. I really do appreciate that. So, thanks so much, and hopefully I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, those who chose pile number 3, this reading is for you. Let's see what messages the universe has for you, or affirmations or blessings. Let's see what we got. Oh, jeez. Some of these cards keep popping up throughout all the different piles. Okay, good. We got some new ones. Okay, cool. Okay, so starting off, we got the Hanged Man in reverse right here. Hanged Man, in reverse. So this is telling me that, especially seeing this clarifying card with the Four of Wands underneath it, that you may have found a new stability. And now this waiting period, if you had been in a certain waiting period of some kind, whether it be through introspection, something that you chose to do, really. You maybe chose time to detach a little bit from people or situations in order to get some type of clarity of some kind, to get some type of new wisdom or new understanding of your situation. You may have found a new sense of stability within yourself, a new joy and happiness too, a certain sense of love and security, maybe with your family, maybe in your home life, whatever it may be, your community. Home could even mean just like a group of friends, whatever it may be. But you found a certain stability here, something to honestly celebrate from within. You found, obviously, this new type of clarity and understanding, and that's one of the messages I think that the universe has for you, is that if you really took the time recently to kind of reflect on certain things, to gain new perspectives and insights on your life, on a certain situation, which actually we'll touch upon on this next card, that you have a new sense of strength and stability within yourself, a new sense of abundance and joy too, something that you can really start reaping the benefits from at this point. And so you have this new stability and structure from within, and this is telling me with the Lovers, maybe it has to do something with love. Maybe you had to do a little soul searching. Maybe you had to be a little bit more clear on what you wanted with love, what you expected with love, what it is, who it is that you wanted to be with. You know, what type of life did you want to create with that person, whatever it may be. And so that this Hanged Man period, I can almost see here with this enlightenment. You have the halo around the man here from doing this self-imposed reflection period. And then you also have the same light, the same enlightenment that's given to this person from the divine, from this angel here, from doing this process. So there's something here that's telling me that by gaining this enlightenment, you found a certain strength, and also you found a new set of rules, if you will. You got the Emperor reversed here as a clarifying card to the Lovers. Excuse me. But this is telling me that you may have kind of let up on old rules or strict rules you may have of love, what you expected even, what you thought it should be, or what you would want it to be, whatever that is. You may have kind of released a little bit of control and power over what it is that you really expect in love. You may have just kind of wanted to just let it be and just kind of let things form naturally, to kind of learn a new set of rules and to gain a new type of perspective and understanding of what it is that you want. So there's a certain reevaluation process. I mean, and also talking about the Emperor, I mean, your ideas of the type of man that you want in your life, who that person looks like, what that type of person is like, who personality wise, in terms of how they treat other people, what are their friends like, what do they do for fun, all this other stuff. So there's a new set of rules and understanding of who it is that you are supposed to be with, because the Emperor is the man to the Empress. So this is you deciding who that person is, and regardless of you're male or female, you know, this is just the idea of a partnership, of a union between two different people. So there's something here telling me that you're just focusing on your partner and honestly trying to understand and change the rules and expectations you may have had before in the past of who that person is and what it is that you want in that relationship. So moving on, we have the Three of Pentacles here as a new type of blessing and message. So this is telling me that there is that you are ready to kind of go out there and start collaborating with others, to start building something new, if you will. I can see the stonemason. He's building something new, a new statue, but he's working with the architect and the priest here to make it happen. So there's something here where you're not afraid, or that you may seem more willing to go out there, to start talking to people, to start putting yourself out there, to be more open to new possibilities, and to create something new. The idea of the certain trinity, because as you can see here, and I love this, we got the Lovers card and the Three of Pentacles. You see, there's a holy trinity that's formed in this in the Lovers card between the man and the woman, and also the divine up here. It forms this triangle. This same triangle is found in the Pentacles up here, right above that statue. There's a new trinity of some kind, where it's you and the other person, and then the divine love that you share between one another. So this idea of creating something new, something where you put both your energies together and you are in unison to create one new reality with each other. So that's kind of the purpose of this Three of Pentacles, that you may have this new idea or this new understanding of what love really is, that it's a creation process between two people to create a unified reality with each other. You're still allowed to be separate, but the times that you do share with one another is a sacred and divine and beautiful thing. So this could be that new enlightenment, as I said, that you could have learned from this Hanged Man process of really taking the time to disconnect from others and giving yourself the time to reflect and to sort and sift things out in your own mind, so that you can get this new enlightenment and this new understanding. So in terms of a clarifying card for that Three of Pentacles, we got the Page of Wands right here. So this is telling me that you have a new approach, a new path in order to take, kind of, a new understanding. This is pretty much what it is. The new approach that you have toward love, toward this idea of what it is that you want and who you want to be with. Also, it could be possibly, there could be a new person coming into your life. This could be someone younger, possibly a fire sign, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, whatever. But it could just be someone younger being a page, or this person could also be someone very charismatic, someone very outgoing, very outspoken. Also someone who is very active, who likes to do things, you know, who likes to go out or whatever it is. Someone who is just very active and has a lot of energy. So this could be someone who could be coming into your life at this current moment, or it could just be the general new approach that you have toward love and what it is you want to be achieving right now. Moving on, we got the Seven of Pentacles reversed, another message and blessing from the universe. You're starting to understand, or you've understood now from this process, that, you know, you are ready to create this new union and create a divine, sacred, beautiful type of love. And that the ways that you tried to manifest this type of abundance before are not working. You know, they haven't worked in the past. So that's why you had to disconnect and gain a new understanding about everything, about life, about love. So this Seven of Pentacles here is a reminder to you that the old ways of doing things did not give you the results that you wanted. The time and energy that you invested in terms of trying to manifest this love, whatever it is, whatever you thought you wanted it to be, it wasn't fruitful. It wasn't something that was in alignment with you. So here, you know, as a clarifying card underneath that, we got the Two of Wands reversed. This is telling me that, you know, you have a certain choice now to either stay in the way that you are, or to use this new understanding and this new enlightenment to create a more authentic type of love that is in alignment with your most honest needs, your most genuine needs, really. And it's funny because, you know, you have the Two of Wands and you have this Page of Wands right next to it. This Two of Wands, any two talks about choices to be made. You know, what course of action do I take? You know, which one is the best option? But you already know. You already know what action to take. You already are very clear on that. So this last two cards it's kind of a reminder that, you know, that the old ways of being and the old ways of approaching love no longer work for you, and you realize that now. And honestly, this could be something telling me with this Two of Wands reversed that maybe you were kind of maybe hesitant toward putting yourself out there at one point. You probably could have been very fearful of the unknown and also not knowing what it is that you wanted. So you could have been very hesitant, and that's probably something that could have made you want to do this self-imposed hanged man type of scenario where you just needed a new perspective and you needed some understanding in order to really be ready for that type of unknown scenario out there, to be ready for the unexpected. So there's a lot of things here that are telling me that you know, this new idea of love, that that there is love available for you right now. You are ready and able and wise enough and have enough clarity about your own expectations in terms of a relationship, that it is very much available for you right now, and that you have the ability to create and manifest this love with whoever this new person may be. But it's open for you now. You have this new strength with that Four of Wands right here, and you have a new understanding, talking about that Emperor reversed and that Page of Wands. So you have a new approach, you have a new set of rules, you have a new set of expectations. You aren't so strict anymore toward what you want with love, but you do have a clearer idea and are much more open to different possibilities. You understand what doesn't work for you anymore, so that now you can focus on what does work and what does make you happy and what actually makes a thriving relationship where you can create that beautiful divine union. So I think this is a great reading. I mean, if you really have taken the time to put yourself, to disconnect yourself really from others, to get that awareness, I think that's a great and mature thing to do for anyone, especially if you were fearful of putting yourself out there before. I think that's great to really know yourself first before putting yourself in situations, especially allowing another person, another total different reality to mesh with yours. So I think that was a very wise decision if this resonated with you. So let's continue on and let's move to the last two cards. Let's see what the word of wisdom is. Introspection, and talking, as I said, talking about that Hanged Man reversed. Introspection. So maybe you needed that time to really understand who you were. You needed to understand your most genuine needs, your most authentic needs that you want out of a relationship, and who you want that person to be, what type of life you wanted to create with that person. Again, that introspection process is very important because you need that clarity. You need that understanding, especially when it comes something big comes to something big like love, especially if you want long-lasting love. A love that that's meant to create something new with someone, to create a unified life. And to clarify this, we got the 10 of Swords reversed. I love this, actually. I mean, it's funny because as I say always, we grow from the challenges, we grow from the pain, we grow from the more difficult things in life, and I think that you've really done this because if you've experienced any type of pain or betrayal or breakup in the past, especially when it comes to love, it's a painful process, and it's reversed too. I love it. So it's a painful process, but as a 10 of Swords, it's a cycle that you had to end. It's a cycle that you finally had to come to peace with, kind of bury the hatchet so that you can move on and transcend forward into something better. As I say always with this 10 of Swords, it's like you are letting this old you die, this old sense of self and these old habits and old ways of thinking, again, being swords in our mental space. And these swords are falling out of you and you're allowing yourself to kind of go from this old self to transcend into this new soulful spiritual self, to transcend this old self into something to a new form where you are much more aware, connected to the universe, and much more understanding about your highest self and your higher awareness and exactly what it is that you truly need in life versus any of the illusions that we come across through our path. So again, this introspection process, I think, again, all the big lessons in life come from some type of pain, come from some type of hardship of some kind. So we have to make the best of it. And I think this shows that you really were aware of that and you tried to make the best out of all of that. And honestly, there's a lot of good things here. Again, love is available to you and you have a new awareness and understanding of it where it will hopefully give you the actual love and genuine love that you need from that partner. So overall, beautiful reading. I think introspection is a great word, especially having the Hanged Man as the first card to come up. And also seeing that 10 of Swords, you've made the best of a previously bad situation. You've turned a lot of pain into a lot of pleasure, if you will, into a lot of peace and light and happiness. So there's a lot of good things coming to you that I can see here that the universe wants to offer you and give to you and to make you aware of for this month. So again, just be aware of that. Understand that love is available to you right now. You are ready for it should it come your way. And that you have a new approach that will hopefully lead you toward a fruitful union. So guys, pile 3 people, thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I love this reading, actually. I don't usually talk about love unless I really see it, and seeing that that Lover's card with Major Arcana, totally, that's talking about love. So I hope this did resonate with you. If you did like this video, make sure to shoot me a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell to stay in touch for future tarot readings. And I will see you next time. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, those of you who chose pile 4, this reading is for you. Let's see what messages the universe may have for you. Okay, as well as any type of affirmations or blessings, anything of that nature. Okay, move this up just a bit. Okay. I'm glad to just see not any of the repeating cards that I have been getting these other piles. So many repeating cards. Okay. So let's talk about first card, 3 of Wands right here, 3 of Wands. So in terms of a message from the universe, some type of affirmation or blessing, expect a lot of expansion in your life. Whatever goals that you may have right now, you are able to move forward. You're able to have some actual real progression, some real expansion on your efforts, whatever it is that you're investing your energy into at this moment. You're kind of even looking back back from where you've been, how far you've come, and you can look back with a lot of lightness, with a lot of gratitude, and a lot of joy to see that you've overcome. I see some of the things here that you've overcome a lot from your past journey, and you've learned a lot. And those are the things that actually help you move forward and help you expand more, by learning from those lessons and learning through your challenges and hardships. And so as a clarifying card, underneath that Three of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords underneath it, reversed. Knight of Swords. So in the past, maybe you were, out of all the knights, this knight, he is the quickest to respond anywhere, to any stimuli, to anything else going on. So with this Knight of Wands, you may have been, in terms of your personal journey, you may have just been kind of answering anything, any type of stimuli or any type of call, thinking that it was, working towards your own personal goal. In the reverse, it's saying that maybe it wasn't. Maybe there was a certain lack of clarity there, where you had to really realize and focus in on what it is that you want to be doing and what is the most effective way of really progressing there and how to move forward on your personal path. So this Knight of Swords is saying to me, that, when the energy isn't directed or focused in somewhere, you could just be moving left and right, moving back and forth, but there's no progression forward. And so you end up just using a lot of your energy, but not really progressing anywhere toward your actual goals and achievements. So there's something here in terms of a clarification with this Knight of Swords that you may have learned a certain lesson. You've learned to really focus your energy and to focus in on the best efforts and approach toward getting exactly what you want from exactly how you invest your energy. So moving on, we also have the Five of Cups here, reverse, Five of Cups. So in terms of, again, as I said, looking back on your journey and how far you've come and seeing some challenges, Five of Cups reverse, that's talking about any type of emotional disappointment that you may have experienced in the past. Some type of letdown, some type of disappointment, somewhere where you really just gotten in your emotions and were really focusing on the past of some kind. So there's something here where in the reverse, it's telling me that you've learned to finally let that go, and that you are open and realizing that in this card, we have 3 cups that have fallen, but there are still 2 opportunities behind this person. He's just too focused on the past and all the disappointment and all that pain that he's forgetting to see what he has right in front of him. So again, as I said, to look back in gratitude, to look back in your present moment. And looking back, it's so funny looking at these 2 cards, looking back, they're both facing the same way, but as I said, he's looking back in a certain way where he's looking back, okay, this is good for me. This person, if he just looked back and just didn't see and just saw what he had right there in front of him, he would realize not everything was lost. Not everything is a disappointment, that there is still things to be grateful for. There are still things to experience and to feel fulfilled about, and that it's not a complete failure, that it's not a complete loss of some kind. And as I can see here, in terms of a clarification card, we got the Moon underneath it, the Moon. So there's something here with this that you've learned to trust your intuition in a certain sense. You've gone through a certain shadow work, if you will. Going through this darkness of the night, going through those really tough emotions of disappointment or being let down, and focusing so much on any of that negativity that you've found a certain truth from it. You found a certain light in that darkness that ultimately guides you out of it. That light is our intuition. That is our inner guidance system. That is the thing that pulls us out of those dark subconscious thoughts and brings us toward a unifying light, somewhere where we can find that balance between that dark and that light aspect within all of us, really. So here I also see with the Moon card, you also see like 2 dogs. There's actually 1 dog and 1 wolf right there. You've battled with and realized how your emotions can be your best friend and your best ally. And you've also realized how they can be something that can cause destruction and harm you at the same time. So there's a certain wisdom that you've learned from this process, that your emotions, you have control over them. You can either use them and view them as your personal best friend, or you can use them to really cause harm and destroy your mental capacities or your inner being in a certain sense. So here with this Moon card, your intuition is the one that brings these 2 together. They're both howling at the moon. They both realize and see what it is. They both respond to it. And so you are in control of of how you use that intuition. So you are in control of those two different forces within you as well. And so another card in terms of a blessing, we have the High Priestess. Again, we have the crescent moon underneath her. This moon symbology here, this is saying that you really are starting to get in touch with your intuitive self. By really addressing and facing any of these tough emotions or disappointment from the past, you've learned to really just get over it and to build a bridge and get over it, if you will. But by doing so, you've gotten in touch with your intuitive self to heal yourself from all that hardship, from all of that pain. The High Priestess is all about that subconscious, that darkness within us. But from that darkness, she comes out of it with new enlightenment and with new insight, with hidden knowledge, if you will. So this is something where you may have done the same. You may have gone through this same process. Again, with this Three of Wands, looking back, you can kind of reflect on that and see everything that you've gone through with that process. How you've gone through a darkness in your life, but you really tried to make the best of it, and you've come out of it with a new sense of light, with new wisdom and new understanding about yourself. As a clarification card to that High Priestess, we got the Queen of Pentacles right here, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that you may have understood that by not doing enough self-care for yourself through any types of hardships, through any type of disappointment that you've had from maybe past actions that really didn't work out in your favor. Again, talking about this Knight of Swords right here reversed. If your efforts were not helping you in any way or really showing any progress, and you took it personally and it was a disappointment to you in any sense, whatever goals you may have had, you may have tried to really just keep on going. Again, with this Knight, he's nonstop. He keeps on going and keeps on responding to everything until eventually he becomes burnt out and ultimately feels what the Five of Cups feels, with that sense of disappointment. But by doing this process, you've maybe come to an understanding that self-care is a much needed thing for yourself, that sometimes just achieving the goal is not going to give us the peace that we need. Sometimes we need to stop what we're doing, be with ourselves, do a checkup with ourselves emotionally, mentally, whatever it is, and to really focus in on how we're feeling and how to address any imbalances or any extremes that we may be experiencing at that time. So here there is, with that Queen of Pentacles reversed, you may have learned through lack of self-care how to finally give yourself some real self-care, ultimately serving you in a much greater sense, having this Moon card and that High Priestess card, because it unlocks your intuition. It unlocks a certain wisdom that you learn through life experience, through the challenges, through the darkness, if you will, through all those really hard times. Those are the opportunities that we can learn real life wisdom and real lessons that can push us forward and actually help us through the greater longevity of our life. So here, there's that self-care aspect that comes from this. Another blessing, another realization here, actually another wisdom, the Two of Swords right here. So you've learned, in a certain sense, I feel like this is more of a reminder that you've learned to not doubt yourself anymore. You've learned to not become indecisive. You stop putting yourself into states where you may just be constantly weighing options or doing pros and cons, putting yourself in a stalemate pretty much, and not really making a decision. So you really learn to become more self-assured because, again, all this moon symbology here, above this Two of Swords right here, we got that crescent moon. And underneath the High Priestess, crescent moon. And then we got the moon itself, full moon. So again, there's something here in terms of, with this Two of Swords, it's saying that there are decisions that you will always have to make in life. And this person, they don't know how to make it. They choose to be blindfolded. They choose to put themselves in a state of not choosing, but life will choose for them. The real wisdom here is that crescent moon above this person, the intuition is what will guide them. The intuition is what will lead them to the decision that is most in alignment with what they need and what is true to them. So again, this is kind of a reminder, that wisdom and that affirmation that if you have been really trying to get in touch with your intuitive side, that it is honestly going to be one of your biggest assets in your decision making, because it is going to be the thing that guides you, again, towards your highest purpose. Clarification card underneath that, we got the Ace of Wands reversed. So this is telling me that you've finally stopped investing energy into that type of practices of being indecisive or putting yourself in stalemate situations. You realize that it's not fruitful. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't use your energy in a productive way. It kind of holds back your energy eventually, where it becomes restless or built up or blocked. So there's something here with this Ace of Wands as a clarification. You realize that it's not fruitful for you. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't progress you in any way. It doesn't progress your journey. Again, Ace of Wands and Three of Wands right here. It doesn't progress your journey at all. This type of state is just an illusion. It's not. It's ultimately just a stemming off from fear and insecurity of some kind. So you realize, again, this is an affirmation to you that that you no longer have to be this person. You don't have to be someone who's indecisive. You don't have to be someone who has to feel like they can't make a decision, because you are now in touch with your intuitive mind and your intuitive self to guide you during those decisions, to actually progress you on your personal life path. That's what I see here so far. I mean, there's a lot of moon symbology here. I love that. It shows me that there's a lot of emotion, a lot of intuitive aspects, also connecting with your highest self in the universe as a whole. So that's wonderful. And all that seems to be stemming from this idea of self-care and understanding that you need to take care of yourself as a whole on top of achieving your goals. There's a whole encompassing process, a bigger picture where you need to take care of not just achieving, but also making sure that you're all right. So this is what I see for so far. So let's see the last card. Wow, abandon. I love that. I think I got this like another video, I think. Yeah, abandon. I love this. You abandon the emotion. I immediately look to that Five of Cups right here. Abandon this idea of pain, of just being pain, of experiences just being some type of hardship, or if you try them again, you're going to experience some type of pain, or that idea of just some limiting belief system that if you just put yourself out there, it's going to be something disappointing. Because that's not the truth. That's just one experience for one time. It's not always going to be that way. Sometimes you need to experience these types of things, that type of disappointment, to become more resilient, because sometimes challenges are part of life and everyone's journey. So we need to be aware of that and to understand we have to be strong, and we can't take it too personally. We're allowed to feel what we feel, but we can't make it our everything. As I said with this Five of Cups, we can't make it our main focus. There's a bigger picture here that there's more out there for us, more to be experienced. So in terms of abandon, and to clarify that, we got the Knight of Pentacles here, reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Again, this Knight of Pentacles talks about, as I said, as opposed to the Knight of Swords, which is the most active, this one is the least active. He doesn't go on a big journey. He takes care of his homeland. So again, talking about some type of self-care here, this Knight of Pentacles, he takes care of his home life, the domestic life, the farmland, the crops, the everything, the estate, the house, all that type of stuff. So here there is a certain a certain action that needs to be taken in terms of taking care of yourself. It's the Knight and the Queen together, both in the reverse of Pentacles. So both of these guys talking about nurturing yourself, talking about taking care of your home life, taking care of you as a whole in general, even just your personal physical well-being, all of that stuff. Self-care seems to be the key here in terms of keeping you in alignment with your intuition, so that you can use it to progress your personal path forward and to continue along your journey without problems. I think there is something here where balancing this emotional aspect with the idea of your willpower, but putting those two in alignment with one another to really use them together and synergize in order to get the most out of everything that you're trying to accomplish. So again, abandon all those emotions. I think you have already. If you haven't, this is a great word to use. Abandon any type of disappointment and all those types of limiting belief systems. Understand that it's just an experience, but it is not the one true experience that's always going to repeat itself. You have to take care of yourself. Again, that self-care nature with that Knight and Queen of Pentacles. There has to be action toward yourself and your home life, and a greater sense of making sure you're all right while you're trying to achieve your goals. So using that energy externally to achieve and also internally to take care. So there's something here. I think this is a great reading, because there's a lot of healing and a lot of getting in touch with your intuitive self to really move your progress forward, which I love, especially from the pain of that Five of Cups, to really make peace with yourself, to face those emotions, and to find light in that darkness. Again, that moon symbology, that's very, very big, very, very wonderful. And to get it from the moon and the High Priestess, both major arcana, very powerful. I love that. So, Pile 4 people, I mean, I think this is a great reading. I hope this did resonate with you. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure to shoot me a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click that notification bell to stay in touch for future videos. And I will see you next time. Thanks again so much, guys. Bye.